Let's go rooted parent talk story. We're talking basketball. We're talking growth. We got brother Evan Sedakis coming from New York, dude. This is super stoked. This is round two, dude. I talked to brother a couple months ago, and yeah, we connected on Instagram. And yeah, as I'm diving deeper into the youth basketball action, super stoked to have my brother Evan here behind, you know, everything that I do, but also learning from him. You know what I'm saying? So learning from him, we are going to learn more about him. We're going to learn about youth basketball coaching as a coach, but also as a parent. And we're also going to get into some movement and performance stuff. So we got 30 minutes of goodness going down here, and let's get brought on, dude. Where you from? Watching live, shout out where you are tuning in from. Watching the replay, leave it in the comments where you're tuning in from. Let's get brought on real quick. Oh, there you go. Hey, what's up, dude?
What's good? How we doing?
Wee, solid, dude. Just doing our usual intro and all the good stuff. But Mahalos, thank you for jumping on again, dude. I'm super stoked for round two of our talk story sesh. First one, we it was another quickie, 30 minutes, but it was super powerful. You know what I'm saying? But
Really
yeah,
enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm looking forward
today,
to this one. I've been looking forward to it all
hey,
day, and I appreciate you for the kind words.
hell yeah, hell yeah. And then I invite everyone jumping on. Shout out where you're tuning in from, where you are, and where you're originally from. So, you got to shout out where you grew up. But yeah, dude, as we jump on, I actually want to have, give you the floor to introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, and how you're spreading basketball and the joy of basketball in your own way, dude.
Yes, Evan Sarakis. I'm from Queens, New York, founder of New York City Hoop School, and our vision of New York City Hoop School is to really make a positive impact on the game of basketball and create a brand that's, lifelong. And so right now we have a training academy. We run events, camps. We're working with schools around the city, and we're building really good momentum with the business.
Hell yeah, dude,
Yeah.
dude, nice. Yeah, and
How
then
are you? How have
I
you
guess.
been? Anything new?
Oh yeah, solid dude. I actually because we met during my stay with the Kava days.
Mhm.
I'm still serving and sharing Kava, but I'm jumping back into the health and fitness field, helping parents, but also I'm going into year two of volunteer coaching for the youth, and like I'm loving
Sweet.
it, dude. So using my health and fitness background, I want to start doing movement and performance training. So
Awesome.
for the youth, long term athletic development, but also just body awareness and really teaching them how to be in tune with their body, but also apply not only on basketball court, but just in life in general. You know what I'm saying? So,
Love
but
that. I see it the same way. That's like my next step as a trainer is to learn that side of things because when you kind of like regress back the game, I always look at it as like you have your game actions and decision making, then you have
yep,
like the actual skill work of that,
yep,
and then behind that it's like the movement side.
yep,
And
yep.
so fascinating stuff, man. Keep me in the loop what works for you. I know I'm planning on really diving into like PJ performance and GPG hoops with Mike G.
Oh,
But
dude.
if there's anything that you're doing, yeah, I'm gonna get my CSCS too.
Oh shit, hell yeah, dude. No, yeah, it's
Yeah,
because I took tons of different certifications like kettlebell, TRX, ultimate sandbag, but it was mainly through NASM, the National Academy of Sports Medicine.
cool.
So did that, then I just completed their performance enhancement specialist. So it's sports coaching, sports performance coaching. So yeah, just I'm super deep into like just movement and how the body moves and stuff. And yeah, I've seen, there's a lot of solid, great like skills trainers, but I haven't seen like a lot of like youth movement and performance coaches
Yeah,
like how Coach Paul, PJP, and is it
yeah,
GE?
Mike G,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
GBG hoops.
yeah, Mikey,
Yeah,
yeah,
what
dude.
they do is really unique, and
Yep,
there's not enough of it out there. And being able to connect that to basketball, I know Coleman does a really good job with that as well. Um,
yep, 100%, dude.
yeah,
Yeah, it's yeah, Mikey, like how he trains is how I train my clients and like adults and parents. So like
sweet.
transitioning it and seeing him like because getting my exercise science geek on the fascial slings and stuff, like just like connecting just not just muscles but like the fascial connective tissue of like straight up movement, dude. So um
Awesome.
yeah, another dude that's not basketball specific but you can check out yourself but also other people is functional patterns with Naudi. Like I've been following him, that dude, for like a decade.
Really?
But his kind of brash of how he markets. He just trashes on like traditional stuff, but the stuff he teaches is like legit human movements. You
Sweet.
know, but yeah, dude, it's as far as your journey, dude. Kind of tapping in. I know we talked about it our last talk story, but real quick, like, what's your basketball journey been like as far as you've been hooping since you were a kid? Like, were you kind of born into it, or hooping at the park? Like, what started your basketball journey?
Yeah, I'll give the quick story where I pretty much, I grew up playing basketball. My dad was a high school coach. My brother played basketball. We come from, we're a basketball family. And so ever since I was younger, it was every camp I could go to, every team, always practicing, locked in, even through high school. We did the morning workouts and I played my 5 years of college basketball. And yeah, so basketball stays being my full-time life now with a basketball trainer.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, just to get up to speed, because I know I shared a lot of my story in the last podcast. It's just been straight education recently.
nice.
It's insane how much unexplored territory there is for us basketball trainers.
Yeah,
And the same way we should expect kids to be studying, we should be doing, I mean, not just studying, but like in the gym, working out, we should be doing the same thing as coaches.
yep, yep,
You know what I mean? I never understood how like an off season goes by, right? And a coach in 2024 is teaching the same exact things and having no progress to 2025 and
yep,
2026. And then we
yep.
end up kind of, not fulfilling our roles for the players.
100%.
And so just
Yeah.
been studying, 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 and
Nice, dude.
it's been a lot of fun.
No,
Yeah.
that's solid. Yeah, it's I'm waiting to I don't know. You dropped some info about your coaching certification. I don't know if you can drop much info, but I'm waiting for that, dude. I'm gonna sign up for sure, dude. Because yeah, I'm the same way. Like I love basketball. Dude. I just played on the streets, park and stuff up until high school. Funny story. I didn't even know organized sports existed until I made the high school team. So it's and
It's
then
crazy.
from fourth, fifth grade and just till now, like just basketball has been a huge part of my life. Like not only like physically, but like mentally and socially. You know what I'm saying? Like I make most of my friends on the basketball court, dude. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I know,
So
right?
even
That's the
now, as like
beautiful
a
thing of basketball.
even now as like a freaking a dad of two, like I'm joining I call it an uncle dad league. It's like a 36 and over league. So I'm still like hooping with the uncles and dads and making
Sweet.
friends, but like competitive, like we're still hooping, but like it's more of like okay, we just want to still fulfill that passion. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and
But
it keeps you connected. It keeps you connected to, on teaching.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I know for me, like whenever I'm jumping in a workout, right, I have the best creative flow, and I actually deliver my best workouts because I know exactly what they're feeling, and then how to progress that and regress that.
yeah,
You know, and sometimes when you're not like tapped in with the game and on the same wavelength, like you just think you're in like a drill mode
yeah.
and not necessarily like oh boom, this is exactly how you should progress in mode.
Yep, yep, exactly. It's yeah, it's crazy because like yeah, learning and teaching and applying, like you got to do all of it, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
As far
agreed.
as like I know I'm gonna be I already see myself coaching and teaching and training till I can't no more. You know what I'm saying? Till like I'm an old man. Like I won't be. Well, I'll probably be running up and down the court, but not as quick as
Yeah, I feel you.
as it was when I was 20 or 30. You know what I'm saying? But I will still be shooting hoops, applying and stuff. And one powerful thing you said was like when you either drill or if you still hoop. Like for me, joining this men's league, my first season was this past season, and this was my first time playing like an actual like men's league in like 10 years. So like the mental part of
It's
like
different. Yeah.
yeah, it's super different, dude. Like I shoot around, play pickup at the park and stuff, but here there's reps, scoring and stuff, and like time. So like there was my first couple games, I was just like thinking too much. You know what I'm saying? So like the mental game of like, oh, if I do this, I gotta do this. But then eventually I was all like, dude, just freaking just hoop, bro. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Great point though. I struggle with the same thing through
yeah,
college, right? And so like I had a very unique like college career because like I was really like training full time and like I just had both lenses all the time.
yeah,
And so it's very easy for me to like think through things so much because like I was like, oh, with my jump shot and then my trainer mind goes on. I'm like, oh, X, Y, and
yeah,
Z. Then I'm thinking in the games. But going through that experience, I was actually able to create systems that help players to deal with their mental issues. And it's almost like, it's like your challenges end up qualifying you to teach other people.
Yep. Yep.
And so, yeah, just on that point, if there's any players, I know we don't have a major audience here, but like any players listening, so like people like, oh, I think too much in the game. I always say like, well, the reason why you're thinking is because your energy is flowing in the wrong direction. You're thinking about yourself. What
Yep.
if you just focused about winning the game, making an
Hey.
play to increase the score, to stop the other team? You go in and you're right, and your energy flows that way instead of just on yourself.
Yep.
One small example there of just like a system that I was able to deal with like, mental issues during the game. But that's why I love being, in tune, playing and training and coaching all in one.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
It's legit mental, physical, social, and spiritual, dude. Like basketball is it's a legit sport. I mean, just all sports in general, but here being knee deep in the basketball world, it's like, damn, dude, like more kids should play basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just
It,
exactly agree.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. But
And just seeing
but
the progress of it and but we've talked about that too in the last one on just like how everything connects back to life.
yep,
I have conversations with parents all the time about that, where it's like, yeah, they're not the star right now, but you know what? They're learning how to navigate through adversity, and now
yep,
when they get a job, they're gonna have that same thing. And if they do it the wrong way, where they just transfer or they throw in the towel,
yep.
that will come back again in the future of their life.
Oh, 100%, dude. Yeah. And, I saw I forget which Instagram channel it is, but it was a sports a youth sports channel on Instagram. But they're saying something about like putting so much pressure on the kids like right now. Like for me, I started off 8 and 9 year olds. So I'm 10 to 12 year olds as far as
Hmm.
coaching. It's like even my son. Like I told him like because some of the kids on our squad like they're hoopers, dude. Like they eat, sleep, poop basketball, and like he likes basketball, but he won't necessarily like walk around with the ball. You know what I'm saying? But I told him I was like, hey, dude, like um, where you are right now, it's like just continue to work on what you do well, but also what you feel like you need to work on. And then eventually just keep going, keep going, keep going. And there's gonna be a point, I promise. If you keep at it, there's gonna be a tipping point where it's like everything connects. And then they started doing basketball at PE at school. And then I guess like they're doing dribbling, shooting, layups and stuff. Then he was like, Dad, I was freaking cooking out there, dude. Then I was all like, yeah, it's also perspective, like relative to your teammates who are, legit pretty good for 10 to 11 year olds, to compared to like someone who doesn't play basketball at all. Like you're pretty solid, dude. So I think having him
Sweet.
see like that those levels of like someone above me or people above me, same level, but also at a beginner level, really
Great
helps
point
him
there.
with his self confidence.
Confidence. Yeah,
Yep.
confidence. Yeah. And,
Yep.
and on that point too, my number one perspective, especially with those youth kids, is like just keep it 100% positive, allow
Yep.
them to have fun. And
Yep.
like
Yep.
that's been like my favorite group recently, especially with the elementary school kids and like being able to really like ground up build a player. And like I fall short sometimes, but 99% of the time I'm keeping it like 100% fun and engaging environment.
Yep.
And it's very unfortunate because I love your perspective of it, but it's unfortunate because a lot of parents like put an insane amount of pressure
Yep.
on their third, fourth, fifth grade kid. And like I've even seen, coaches screaming and yelling at the kids like more than 50% of the time. And it's like, dude, they're just gonna quit. You know what I mean? They're just gonna have
Yeah.
these
Yep.
negative associations. And then or it's going to cause like these, psychological deficiencies that like come back again when they're in middle school and high school.
Yeah.
And
It's the fear of making a mistake. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like for me, I tell the kids like, hey, if you turn the ball over and you miss a shot, just get the ball back, dude. Just go back, get the rebound, or just go back to defense and just get the ball back, and
yeah, yeah,
then go again. You know what I mean? Yep.
exactly. And even on the skill side too, like so like let's say I'm teaching a young kid a footwork, right? And like there'll be some fifth graders that get that thing boom, but then there'll be some third graders that like mess it up, mess it up, mess it up, mess it up, mess it up. And obviously you teach them, but I'm not yelling at them. But then they could mess up 100 times, but they make one layup. So they mess up the whole footwork, but they make the like I'll be like, nice layup.
Yep.
Why? Because you just got to keep it positive for them, and then they'll learn. They just grow at a really slow rate. Like if we're working with a high school kid, you could be a little more on them if they're not
Yeah.
getting it after a couple of reps, and you give them the D-tip like, yo, man, I need you to lock in. But a young kid, honestly, it sometimes takes 100 reps just for them to start getting the feeling down and the
Yep.
coordination, and then you just got to keep on giving them positive reinforcement.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, just
Yep.
connecting the dots there where it's like, keeping it positive with the
Yeah.
kids.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. That's why like I was like thinking like, oh, I want to read some books on like coaching, all this other stuff. But it's like books are cool, you know what I'm saying? But it's like just go out and like just coach, you know what I'm saying? And like
Yeah.
for me, my whole thing is like the joy of like legit basketball. Like I fucking love playing basketball. So it's like I still want to plant that seed of joy of basketball, but then still that uh discipline and like competitive nature of like, hey, this you will reap rewards if you put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You will reap rewards if you work as a team. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, resilience, overcoming obstacles and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. Yeah,
But
my number one thing too with the young kids, and maybe you do this already, but always music and freestyle shoot around to start.
yep,
Uh,
yep,
Underrated, dude. Super underrated. Like, like people will be like, all right, practice time, boom, we start, get to the baseline. Like, what a crappy low energy start.
yep,
But imagine you're like, okay, let's do put on some music, and then like, yep, you could freestyle shoot for about 5 minutes. And
yep,
they're like, yeah, they're screaming and having fun, right? And then you bring them in and they're all jumpy. Super underrated with that. And then even throughout too, it's like I love these like prime time games. So instead of just being like, and I never do this ever, but like there's some coaches that'll be like, all right, let's start practice with a three-man weave, or let's start practice with just stationary handling. Like it's actually really, it's low energy. I
yep,
love prime time games where it's like, like, all right, let's do dribble knockout or something like that, and you're like, boom, it sparks the energy even more. Couple of energy catalysts there for you.
yep.
If you, I don't know if you do that already, but
Oh no, yeah, I like your style, dude. Yeah, that's what I usually do for practice and especially games. Like they're just
sweet,
shooting around, dude.
yeah,
It's like, all right, dude, just go shoot around. You guys got 2 minutes. You just work on whatever you want. You know, shoot layups. Yeah, like they're just like just going. You know what I'm saying? And then there, it's like, all
yeah,
right, cool. 2 minutes done. 3-man weave, and then there 3-man or no, layups and 3-man weave. And then today we have a game tonight, dude. Uh, and then I'm probably just gonna do like King of the Court for like 2 minutes, like you guys
sweet.
versus Coach. Yeah, so like all right, guys, King of the Court versus Coach. But yeah, it's especially with like the youth, it's keeping it like you said, keeping it fun, planting the joy, but still um, teaching the discipline. You know what I mean of effort.
Yes, and I'm realizing too. It's how can I explain it? We I struggle with this, especially with my early years as a trainer. It's like perspective of like their development. And so, for
Mhm.
example, like, and I find there's a lot with coaches where it's like they need an immediate result. And so they're always thinking of the one practice or the
Mm.
one game. But the best coaches are thinking a season ahead, 2 season ahead, 3 season ahead, right? And they're planting seeds that grow. And I look at it the same way with youth athletes. Like, yes, I can really scream at a kid and like I could pull whatever I need to pull out of them and get the short-term success. But it's not going to give me the long-term results that I want. But if
Yep.
I have a long-term perspective and I'm letting the kids enjoy themselves and they're having fun and they're still getting better, they're still going through great progressions, but it's a little bit more of a long-term perspective where now my 5-year plan, it's going to guarantee a success and have more success than me trying to pull out a short-term result for that one day or that one practice, and then it really messes them up for the future. And so kind of looking at it as not always just looking, the whole motto of New York City Hoop School is results,
Yep.
but it's understanding that results are long term and not
Mhm.
just getting the one moment result when you're going to be affecting the long term result that we're really trying to aim for.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Dude. Yeah, I'm always I'm pretty hippie in my mindset, but like I always think like nature based, like farming. You know what I'm saying? Like you're
Right.
legit like planting seeds and then you're just cultivating. You know,
Yeah.
because you plant a seed, it's not gonna grow, sprout, and like get fruit right away. Sometimes like some plants, some seeds they do. You know what I'm saying? But some seeds or plants they take time to develop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna yell at the plant, "Hey, grow right now." It's like no, you're gonna water it, give it some sunlight. You know what I'm saying? And like nourish it and like
I
you
love
know,
that. I
as a
just
coach,
started my
like,
first plant and I agree with you. Sorry to
yeah,
cut you off
hey, let's
there.
go.
But continue. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I'm loving it because I'm like, yes, yes,
Yep,
yes.
yep, hell yeah. And then yeah, same thing with yourself as a farmer, aka coach. It's like you can learn, just go plant seeds, whatever. But learning from another farmer or another coach. Like for me, like I DM you like, hey dude, what do you think about this? And like you've been so helpful as like replying back and stuff. So much love for that. But like yeah, like reaching out, asking for help, or just like you said, continue learning. That's why I don't know if you can speak about it now, but I'm stoked on that coaching cert, dude. Uh, like I really want to expand, my coaching knowledge also as far as like, um, also you're teaching like the human athlete sport model, like that stuff. Like ever since you told me that, I'm like, okay, let me freaking really dive into that because, like you said, like especially youth, like they are basically kids, dude. You know what I mean? They're little kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So help nourish the human part of them, and then get into the is it human athlete sport, right?
human athlete sport. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
and we
yep,
could definitely talk more about that. Yeah, that cert
yep,
upcoming. I
yep.
man, it's been a really big deep dive, and I want to make sure that I'm building it the right way as well.
Hmm.
And so, one thing that I've realized is that I have filmed a lot of curriculum in the past, right? Where I remember a couple of years ago, I was filming a shooting curriculum. And then I look back 3 years ago and I'm like, man, I was not a good trainer. And then 2 years ago, same thing. 1 year ago, same thing. And I know if I filmed something right now, like I can put out high quality, but it's not going to be exactly what I want just
Hmm.
yet.
Yep,
And
yep.
so, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I think it's going to be a major catalyst. Like, there's online databases out there, there's certifications out there. I'm really going to be building this in a way that hasn't been done before. Um, and I can't share all the secrets just yet, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
really going to be all across the board going to be revolutionary. But on that point, though, what I'm realizing is like, let's get back to like that plant analogy about like, water and sunlight.
Yep.
Water can just be like, the coaching knowledge, and the sun can be the training knowledge. And, like there are all these different elements that you can kind of like look at. Um, and so for me, I'm just like trying to water my plant as much as I possibly can and give it as
Yep.
much sunlight as possible so I can be in a position to really like, certify people, right? And so I still have a lot more growth with that. And so
Oh
that's why we're kind of delaying the certification a little bit because um, you know, a random person on the street, they look at me and be like, wow, you're a very good trainer. But every step forward, you end up having like 3 steps ahead of you. And you're like, man, like,
yeah.
we're a very young industry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, I could think I'm a great basketball trainer, but I'm really the equivalent of like, a high school
Yeah,
player, right?
yeah,
And so we're
yeah,
such a
yeah.
young industry. We're like, nah, if I'm going to be a person that certifies, you want to be an NBA player, right? And so,
Oh, yep, yep.
yeah.
100%, dude. It's you never want to rush the process. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I get sometimes too. Is like I get super excited. Oh shit, yeah, freaking this is a great idea. Let me go do this. But after that, you're just like the one. I get like I guess like two. I guess strung out. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess my bandwidth is like oh crap, dude. I there's holes in like the things that I'm trying to accomplish. So like now it's like all right, I'm just focused on for me personally. 2025 is like all right, Rudy parent movement and the Rudy youth basketball. Just those two things. You know what I'm saying? So and then within that, I have like two set programs, and that's all I'm gonna focus on. You know what I mean? So, yeah,
Sweet.
because same thing. I was like, oh, I should do a camp, dude, and like invite coaches and like do all this other stuff. But it's like, bro, hold your horses. Like, get yourself down first. You know what I'm saying? Business model, all this other stuff, and like keep learning. Because yeah, like for myself, like I'm just been volunteer coaching for the past almost entering 2 years now. So, but yeah, it's kind of just self awareness too, you know. But we got about
Same.
5 minutes to you got to leave. There was a couple people in the comments. Iceman
Sweet.
23 said it's so hard to find people to work kids out without charging an arm and a leg, bro, to give them motivation that they can make it, dude. Like honestly, I asked you in the DMs as far as like national or local nonprofits, like I want to here in I'm in Sacramento, Elk Grove area, California, but I want to find a way where I can find a sponsor to sponsor my training programs, my movement and performance, where the parents can just either do it for free or super minimal financial investment. You know what I'm saying? So there it's and I can still get compensated for my effort and energy, right? But yeah, it's I'm working on it. Once I find a national or even local organization, I'll share with other coaches or parents that want to I guess like try to dive into the same thing because AAU,
It's
rec
expensive.
league. Yeah, yeah. Some parents do both AAU and rec league, and there's we have a park right there, and like there's kids that they're hoopers, dude. They but they just hoop at the park, and I was like, hey, you want to join our rec league team? You can request to be on my team. It's like, oh I asked my parents, but it's too expensive. then I was like, oh shoot, and like yeah, like there's a bunch of kids that said that, so that kind of like pulled at my heartstrings too. I'm like, man, I got to figure out a way to, you know, get these kids in the rec league, or like I just coach them for free at the park. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you guys want to work on layups? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, and then we got another person. Oh, and do you have anything as far as like chiming in on that, as far as the um I guess the cost for personal trainers
Yeah.
or
I mean,
leagues. You know what I'm
my
saying?
perspective on is I definitely charge a very reasonable rate within
Yep.
my academy. Um, and I pretty much make it accessible to anyone that, that can afford it. But the only thing I do make exclusives is, if I'm doing like a clinic, a camp, or any, I don't really do much one-on-one sessions, but if I charge, I'm going to charge my rate.
Yep.
Um, but I mean, my recommendation, especially for programs, is just have different offerings like
Mm.
that. You know what I mean? Your business model will fit, whatever pie is coming at you. So
Yep.
like, if I'm charging 250 a month, I'm gonna be accessible to a lot of people, right?
Yep. Yep.
But there's people that only charge one-on-one and they're doing, 150 bucks, 250 bucks a session, and then now they're cutting off a lot of the market they get there. So,
Yep. Yep.
um,
Yep.
yeah,
And then I
something to
guess
keep in mind about that. That's only that could really chime in there.
100%. Yeah, I guess parents who are don't have the expendable income, but they see that their kids want to improve their basketball skills in general. Kind of what are like one or two recommendations you can give parents who don't have that financial I guess income.
Mhm. Yeah, my new favorite trainer, Michael Lancaster. Um, his I'm Possible app has everything you need. Um, and I've evolved as a trainer over the years, and being able to have a skill enhancement lens now. If you're a youth basketball player and not going through his curriculum, you're really going to be behind, especially in this new day and age. And so, for 50 bucks a month, you really can't go wrong there. Diving into the various footworks, and everything else that comes with that.
Nice, hell yeah, yeah. And then we got time real. I'm sorry, we're at time, but we got one last question real quick. Curry that 30, Steph Curry fan. How do I know the specific details I'm supposed to do to focus on when doing a drill? Hmm. Yeah. How do I
Um,
know the
I
specific?
will quote Micah here.
Yep.
Drills stink. It's all about the detail.
Hmm.
And so, like, if I gave you the most simple drill in the world, a straight pound, right? And they'd be like, oh, just dribble the ball up and down. But, we could talk about your stance, right? We could talk about your pound mechanics, and we could talk about a million other things that go with that just pound. And even when it comes to any drill that you're doing, whether it's a basic curl, you could talk about, what I mean, your movement off that, your changing of pace, your footwork, right, on the catch, right? How you should be, jumping straight up and down, or maybe, you're adding in some kind of, jab into a two dribble four step, right? And so drills are just drills. You've got to get as detailed as possible, and the only way you can do that is with your education.
Nice. Hell yeah. All right, dude. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to keep you too much because I know you got to head to
Yes,
your
off to the
academy.
academy tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But real quick, before we leave, I guess if someone's interested in working with you, whether they're in New York or online, do you have any I guess how can they reach out to you for in person and or if you have any online coaching, dude?
Yes, yeah. So my Instagram is great if you want to reach out to me at Evan Sarakis. I've been very low key recently, because I really don't want to overpack the gym, and so I've been very low key. But if you DM me, you can come down for a free trial session and see if it's a good fit for you.
Nice. All right, dude. Much love, dude. Yeah, you gotta go coach these kids.
I'm excited
Yeah,
for it.
I'll see you in the DMs, and then yeah, do me a favor. Can you DM me all the info about that training program that you just mentioned?
Yes, yeah, I'll share
Yep.
that with you for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
definitely
right,
will.
guys. Much love. Everyone, thank you for jumping on. I'll have brother Evan again on sometime soon. But yeah, as always, dude, if you're a parent, keep nourishing yourself. If you're not a parent, just yourself as a human, keep nourishing yourself. Coaches, keep nourishing your youth athletes, your athletes. And yeah, as always, bro, stay rooted. Love you guys.
Appreciate you.
Aloha, bro. See ya.